cruising through all of my hunting equipment that I have used thus far this season, trying to give updates on some of the function and the performance of the items as I've gone through the season and actually gotten to use all of it. Most of the preseason stuff, I really hadn't gotten a chance to take anything out and put it through its paces, but I have certainly had ample amounts of time this since the season began to go out there and actually kind of run the stuff through. I'm looking today at the Badlands Calor pants. I also have the jacket. We'll look at that afterwards. The pants have been kind of the one that I've used the most. The jacket I've only used over the last few, maybe the last 2 weeks, as it gets a little bit colder outside as an exterior layer. But for the most part, it's been warm enough to where I've been able to wear just some of my other stuff. But the pants, I don't have a lot of layers for pants. I'm really only got like thermals, and then this. I have a pair of standard regular just hunting pants that I'll do another video on from Kuiu, but these have kind of been my go-to. And I got to tell you, I'm pretty dang impressed, really. For the price point that they came at, the quality that I got was definitely probably worth more than they're selling it for. Honestly, I really don't have a ton bad to say about them. I've really enjoyed them. They're kind of stiff. I suppose that's part of just kind of the material they're made out of and the purpose they serve. They have this what they call a reflective material on the inside that's supposed to reflect heat back onto the body instead of letting it dissipate through the material. So it's got to be dense material. And I will say that they do manage temperature very well. Being out in sub 20 degree weather, being as susceptible as I am to the cold, wearing just these and then a pair of thermals underneath, I've actually been pretty darn comfortable. Now, my knees get cold, and I think that really has to do with this knee patch material they have here. It's a thin point, and so this is where the temperature is going to be much lower on the inside. So that is an unfortunate thing, but I think it's important that they have those knee pads for stretch because, again, this material is stiff as it needs to be to help reflect and hold in and insulate the individual inside. But at the knee, being the joint there, it needs to be able to flex. So they had to do something. They had to put that knee flex point in there, that flexible material that's a little bit more stretchy, but is less insulating. So at the knees, when I'm sitting in the stand with my knee pressed up against the material of the pants, for sure it gets cold. On top of the thighs, where the material's pressed hard against my thighs while I'm sitting down, that gets a little chilly. I just solved that by putting on another base layer. So a small, tight, like thinner thermal covered in a looser fitting pair of thermals underneath these, and I've had no issues with that at all. And again, I'm very susceptible to the cold, having had issues with it in the past. But with that setup, I've really seen no problems. We'll see how it goes further into December and as we get towards January, but I don't suspect or I don't expect that I'm going to have any issues with these pants and then my layering system being inadequate. They don't allow, they're true to size. Okay, they fit true to size. If they say, this sits at 32, it fits a 32. All right, so you may want to go up one size if you're thinking about layering on with things that are a little heavier than just a pair of thermals. Because I'm a size 32 waist, and I got the ones that were suggested for a size 32 waist, and they are true. They fit. They fit well. I have a very little wiggle room, just enough to get those thermals on, and tuck my shirt in, and that's about as much room as I get. To be fair, I kind of like it better that way. Having them too roomy gets really annoying for me, especially walking around, because it's cumbersome. They would move too much around me and not with me. So I prefer it to be a little bit snugger. But I will say that these suspenders are awesome. I really enjoy that. The points where they attach to the pants, though, the hooks that they use, they just kept coming undone. So every now and then I would just feel the outer layer of my pants start to slip down as I had the pockets weighed down or with stuff or whatever. I just took some stealth strips, just a little bit of stealth soft tape material, and just taped over the hooks, and they don't come off. So solved that problem. And I like having the suspenders just because simply, like I don't have a lot of hip. These hips do lie or don't lie, they don't exist. And so I don't have a lot holding them up. And so while I'm walking into the woods or while I'm standing in the sand, I'm just constantly having to pull them back up, pull them back. Well, these solved that problem right away. I don't know why I didn't think about getting a pair of suspended pants long ago, but it's got me rethinking my entire casual dress as well. Although I don't think you'll find me with suspenders because that's what the hipsters are doing, and I don't want to be roped in with that. But these things are pretty phenomenal. I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed them in concert with the jacket. I think the camouflage pattern is pretty neat. I don't know what the deer think about it, but I have had some success this season so far wearing these, so I don't think that the pattern's an issue at all. If anything, it's just that they are a little bit slim, and so you may want to think about going up a size if you're planning on layering them over top of a bunch of stuff, or if you're just a slightly heavier set individual. At any rate, I like them. I think they do really well. The jacket, similar concept, really. The jacket performs very well. The material on the inside, as advertised, is pretty good at reflecting heat back onto the body. I've not had any issues with getting cold while wearing the jacket. Now, I am wearing it in concert with several other products that are geared and designed towards keeping me warm. So that might have more to do with my layering system than the jacket itself. But as a part of that layering system is a part of the success, and therefore it works well and does its job. The only issue that I have with the jacket is, again, the same thing with the pants. It fits pretty dang true to size tight. Like it's tight. So when I like right specifically around the waist there at the lower end of the zipper, at the bottom of the jacket, if I have to tuck my other layers up underneath it in order to get it zipped up because it does fit fairly snug. I think maybe in one of other videos before I had really tested it out in the field, I was talking about how it's great for layering, and it is great. It works well. I mean, the rest of the jacket is roomy enough that I can wear 3 layers under that and really have no issue. But I think ideally, if I could go back, I would get one size up, just to make sure that when I'm layering that I'm not uncomfortable or uncomfortably tight. It's not for me. It's just it's snug. It's snug. And but again, I've gotten used to it, and it is kind of nice to have everything just fit snug to you, so that you're not just just waddling around out there through the woods. It kind of keeps everything tighter towards you, which makes you quieter as you walk in. I'm not like inadvertently catching branches and leaves and crap like that on my pants or on my top as I'm walking through, because it's all snug to me. Anyway, yeah, the Badlands Calor top and bottom, pretty solid. I've really enjoyed them. I think it's worth a purchase. Just be careful when you're ordering to make sure that you're confident of the size that you are and you're confident of the size that you're buying. And again, I would suggest potentially going one size up, as these are meant for cooler weather, and you're going to want to layer them up. You're going to want an extra little bit of room underneath them.